New information, another update into the AB situation. We know the Raiders are planning to suspend him. Well, Brown and GM Mike Mayock had this heated on-field confrontation during practice Wednesday. Josina Anderson reporting that AB initiated the exchange, that he used disparaging language towards Mayock, who tried to pacify AB and then just walked away. And now, in just the last few minutes, Josina has uncovered more information about the Antonio Brown situation, and she joins us now on the phone. Josina, what can you tell us?
Yes, guys, within the last 15 minutes, I just received a text from a team source telling me that Raiders wide receiver Antonio Brown fairly recently issued an emotional apology at a team meeting this morning, just now with, quote, team captains standing around him. Team meeting was supposed to start at about 7:30 Pacific time. They've got practice at 10:30. But this is a significant development when we talk about trying to ascertain and get a better idea of how Mike Mayock, the Raiders general manager, plans on handling this situation in terms of the heated confrontation that we're now reporting that AB initiated with the general manager and what that means for his future with the team. Could this apology be a way of paving a way that AB can still contribute as an active member to this team? So, guys, that is the latest.
Okay, Josina, all over this story today. We bring in our NFL analyst now, Damien Woody. Okay, so we're sort of swinging back and forth. He gets angry and says some things to the general manager, and then he comes back not that many hours later this morning and has this emotional apology to the players in this team meeting. What do you make of what's going on right now with Antonio Brown?
I think $30 million is at stake right now. That's a lot of dough. And you see what you're seeing from Antonio Brown. He's backpedaling faster than Deion Sanders. I mean, you know, this is this whole situation is really unfortunate because on a couple levels. One, for the guys in the locker room, you're trying to prepare for a divisional opponent in the Denver Broncos. You're trying to get ready for that for the Monday night game. And you have to talk about this, but you also have to talk about it from Antonio Brown's situation. What exactly is going on with Antonio Brown? Are we talking about something that's deeper than what we see on the surface? You know, is it something that he needs? You know, does he have issues that he needs help with? We don't know. I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I can't speculate as far as that's concerned. But I think this apology is a big step towards Antonio Brown possibly playing on Monday Night Football. Yeah, I really do.
Keep in mind, the Raiders have not suspended him.
They have not suspended him. And if you listen to John Gruden he talks glowingly about Antonio Brown. And the Raiders know they are a much better team with Antonio Brown on the field than off the field.
He's letting Mike Mayock be the bad cop, basically.
That's what it looks like.
He's got to do the business.
That's right.
So we've talked a little bit about buyer's remorse. Do the Raiders have that with Antonio Brown? Maybe some genuine remorse right now out of AB as he has this emotional apology to his teammates early this morning in Oakland. Damien with us here as we continue to talk through this. Preston and Zadarius, who both had sacks last night. So that unit may be more improved. But talk to me about the ineptitude of the Bears offense all the way around.
Yeah, listen, it was you saw a lot of delay of game penalties. There's obviously a lot of rust with that unit, and people were coming into this season thinking that Mitchell Trubisky in his second year in the Matt Nagy offense would take a next step. But you know, going up against this Packers defense, which has acquired a lot of players, they exposed a lot of things, showed them a lot of different looks that really confused the young quarterback. A lot of times in this game last night, you saw Mitchell Trubisky wasn't even really going through his progressions. It was one read and then trying to run. That's exactly what the Green Bay Packers want him to do. They want him to play quote-unquote quarterback, and he just didn't look good doing it.
Matt Nagy?
It wasn't his finest job as well because, remember, this is a 10-3 game throughout the whole game, and there was a limited amount of rushing attempts. If your young quarterback is struggling, guess what? Turn around and hand the ball off to your running backs. That'll help your young quarterback.
Nagy said it was unacceptable. He wore the loss. He put it on himself. He's the coach. It's got to start with him. And they're trying to start it up week 2 in Denver against the Broncos. Damien Woody here with us on Coast to Coast. Carrie?
We're talking about Zeke. So guess what? After Dallas paid him, he's ready for the game. They had a season opener against the Giants on Sunday. The holdout drama all behind the Cowboys, and so obviously all eyes are on the season. What will they do Was Zeke worth that money? We shall see. For more, we welcome in our reporter, Ed Werder from Frisco, Texas. I appreciate you joining us here on Coast to Coast. So from my understanding, Jason Garrett spoke to the media. What was the tone of his comments ahead of the Cowboys season opener against the Giants on Sunday?
Well, Carrie, we saw last night, as you did in the Packers and Bears highlights, those two teams combined for one touchdown. The consequences of teams that didn't play their starting quarterbacks at all during the preseason. Well, the Cowboys took a different approach. Dak Prescott did play in 3 of the preseason games, but the Cowboys may be challenged to create points and efficient offense for other reasons. Prescott, for instance, hasn't been in a game with Amari Cooper because of the receiver's heel injury. Ezekiel Elliott just rejoined the team after a contract holdout and missed all of training camp. Tight end Jason Witten and center Travis Frederick are both returning from a year away from football, and the Cowboys have a first-time play caller in Kellen Moore, so there's a lot to overcome for Jason Garrett and his coaching staff on Sunday.
Different players have different situations, and you try your best to get each of them prepared and try to get your team prepared as best you can, given what those circumstances are. And so we believe in practicing, we believe in playing. We'd like to have everybody together for every snap. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So you try your best to handle that as a team, and you try your best to become better because of those circumstances. Maybe a backup player plays and you find out more about him, or you just become stronger as a team because you have more guys involved. So that's really what our approach has been, and we make no predictions about what we're going to be. We're just going to prepare our best today and hopefully play our best on Sundays.
And Prescott told Cooper this week that every practice rep that they take has to be done at game speed to simulate Sunday. The Cowboys expect starting right guard Zach Martin to practice fully today after being limited by a back issue the past 2 days. And Carrie, as for Ezekiel Elliott, Jason Garrett told us away from the podium here that they're still assessing what Elliott can do, but they will have a specific plan for how to use him Sunday against the Giants, one that, of course, could be adjusted as the game plays out.
All right, Ed Werder, always giving us the best and latest information. We appreciate it. David, I'll send it over to you. You said Zeke should probably have 15 carries or so.
Yeah, that's my call. Yeah, we'll see how it plays out.
We'll see.
A lifetime ago, Carrie, back in the year 2014, Ohio State's offensive coordinator Tom Herman recruited a young quarterback from Athens, Ohio, Joe Burrow. Tom did his job well, got his man, though Herman was on his way out the door, first to Houston, then to Texas. Burrow wound up transferring from Ohio State to LSU. So these two finally sharing a field tomorrow and in a top 10 showdown when Burrow's number 6 LSU team lines up against number 9 Texas. Ed Aschoff now with more on Burrow and this revamped LSU offense.
Burrow throws over the top, and he's got it. The opening drive, 6 points for LSU.
Down on the Bayou, the offensive revolution was better than expected. With nearly 500 yards of offense and quarterback Joe Burrow tying the school record with 5 touchdowns against Georgia Southern, LSU's offense, as Burrow put it, has come out of the Stone Age.
Snap back to Burrow. Fires. Touchdown, Tigers.
Boy, that sure looked easy, Mike. That drive was easy.
We've been talking about it. Everybody been saying, we're going to change the offense, we're going to change the offense. Really, that just put the icing on the cake, so there's no more questions.
Well, there is one. Can they do it against Texas? The Longhorns will be bigger, better, and more aggressive than the Eagles were.
I am interested in seeing how we protect our quarterback against all these blitzes. I do believe that we have the skill and the knowledge to get people open, but we do have to protect the quarterback first, and this is going to be a challenge for us.
With help from new passing game coordinator Joe Brady, Burrow is more comfortable in the Tigers system, and he has more say as well.
Yeah, I love it. I have a lot of freedom within the offense to do the things that I want to do, and Coach E and Coach Joe do a great job of listening to my inputs, and I'll come with an idea, and then you'll see it in the game plan the next day, so that fires me up.
Yeah, Joe Burrow, pump that fist. It's a new offense at LSU.
For those thinking this might be an offensive one-off, Burrow told me he hopes his opponents prepare that way because unlike years past, Burrow expects to put more stress on defenses and more points on the board with a system that finally gets people open in space.
Game day analyst David Pollack joins us now from Austin. So, David, LSU's offense, as Ed pointed out, they look like world beaters against Georgia Southern. Sledding is going to be tougher tomorrow night. How do you see this one going?
You know, it was fun to watch LSU's offense. And listen, I know it was Georgia Southern, but it was fun to watch them in the shotgun. It was fun to watch the play clock not go all the way down to 5 or to 0. There was a lot of things that were big shifts from what LSU did. And you saw a passer that was very much in rhythm. You saw a lot of RPOs. You saw some dimes like that for touchdowns. I mean, you just saw a very comfortable quarterback in a system that looked like he's been in for years. But it was week 1. Texas will bring more blitzes. Texas is not afraid to be aggressive. Joe Burrow, can this running game get going a little bit? Because last week it was all shotgun. They were only under center for 2 snaps, and one was in the red zone, one was a quarterback sneak on 3rd and short. So I'll be very interested to see against high competition if Joe Burrow and this LSU offense looks like it did a week ago or somewhere close, because this has been the Achilles heel for LSU for a while.
And as you see, LSU on the road favored by almost a touchdown. The other monster week 2 matchup, number 12 Texas A&M at number 1 Clemson. Now, Trevor Lawrence kind of underwhelming last week. Picked a couple times, threw for 168 yards in a win. Is there anything, David, the Aggies can learn from that Georgia Tech game?
You know what? I haven't seen Trevor Lawrence look like that average ever. He never did a year ago. It was a couple of really bad balls, and one he tried to throw away for a touchdown. It was a very nice tackle, by the way, nice hustle by him after his interception. But like right there, he's trying to throw that ball away. That's a